The future of Tower Defense Simulator is now. Welcome back, fellow gamers. Harrison here, and yes, I still have 2 cats. If I'm being honest, I really don't want the devs to release the update at this point. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I actually have to play the game because there's no more update news or leaks. I mean, this is my 3rd update video. I guess I could always go and become an Adopt Me YouTuber. This video is going to cover several big leaks that have dropped over the past couple of days, which are the new rank system, new store UI, player profile cards, the perk rework on Platinum and Golden Towers, 2 remakes of classic maps, the new Tower Defense Simulator logo, and much more. First off, let's start with the most important one about the release of this update. Raz is 99% sure the update is coming this month. That makes me 100% sure it'll be in the next couple of weeks. Because if the devs thought that it wasn't going to be released until the last day of the month, I mean, if it was actually going to come that close to being released in August, they wouldn't make this statement. But they are so sure it'll be done this month that the only reason they're not saying they're 100% sure is because something crazy could happen, like a meteor hitting the planet. Yeah, right. Like that's ever happened before. Okay, are you ready for this next leak? I hope you're sitting down because this is an inside look at the brand new shop. Right off the bat, I like how it feels more like I'm actually in a shop as opposed to how the shop is set up now. You can see the options are horizontal across the top versus vertical along the side with the current shop. The only tab on there that we don't currently have is that home tab. Now I'm going to show this image even though it pains me to do so. It just hurts to look at. My eyes are physically in pain. Just let me get this over with as fast as possible. This is a grainy image of that home screen posted to the Paradoxum Games Twitter account. The large tile here on the left looks like an event. To me, it almost looks like it says Halloween event. The top tile to the right of that looks like a bundle, maybe a new tower with multiple skins. Also, those might be the tower perks listed next to it. And maybe I'm wrong, but doesn't it look like he's wearing a crown? The tile below that looks to me like featured skins or towers. Okay, that's all I can take of this image. Get it out of here. Oh, so much better. So here we have our trusty towers with some slight differences. These symbols over the different towers are actually ranks, which I'll talk about here in a minute. This image is from a poll below did in the Discord asking what we thought about rank locking certain towers. Now I have to emphasize this is just an idea and is by no means official. Basically, those towers will be locked until you get to that rank, and once you attain that rank, you'd be able to spin coins to get them. But wait, look at this image. What's that? Not 1, but 2 new towers. We already know that the hacker tower is in the works, but what could this other tower be? We might have a hint of it in this image that I showed in my last leaks video. Initially, I thought the blurred area was a new zombie, but if that were true, then the towers would be turned and shooting at it, right? Now, the rumors that I've heard floating around on the dark web are that this is a new vehicle tower, specifically a Jeep. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if the blurred image is just a rework of the military base. I don't know if this new tower is somehow related to the other towers below put up in the poll on Twitter that allowed us to vote and get the hacker tower. Either way, we do know for sure that there is another tower coming in addition to the hacker tower that everyone knows about. Now, one more thing to note from this screen is what looks to be a new currency. I have no idea what this currency will be used for or how you'll earn it. The one frame of reference I have for this is playing Roblox Death Run, where they have both the coin currency and the gem currency. You can earn both from the game, but you earn gems at a much slower rate, which I think encourages you to spend Robux to buy them. I can't say that's necessarily what's going to happen here. While you probably will be able to spend Robux on them the same way you can spend Robux on coins, one thing we know for sure is Below has confirmed there will be new ways to earn currency, like completing challenges, doing quests, and things like that. So I'd expect you can get this new currency in those ways. It might break down to something like complete this quest to get 5 gems and 1,000 coins, maybe. And from that, let's go right into the ranking system. Get ready to show off your experience with the all-new upcoming ranks. These shiny badges will appear next to your name in chat, player list, and leaderboards. These are the bronze ranks 1 through 45. Basically, it's showing that you rank up every 5 levels. Here you can see below confirming that the levels 1 through 50 will be bronze, 50 through 95 will be silver, and 95 and up will be gold. All looking exactly the same but with different colors. Now, I'm very familiar with the idea of a ranking system. If you guys don't know, I spent 4 years in the military with 2 deployments to Afghanistan, by the way. You're welcome, America. So I can see the ranking system making it much easier to see what someone's level is at a glance, while also giving players something to grind for and really be proud of. One thing I mentioned in my last video was the lack of incentive to really grind the game and get to higher levels. A question I've repeatedly gotten in my stream is, Harrison, how can you still be playing this game? It gets so boring. And my answer is 1, that I really enjoy the game, and 2, that I'm grinding for the cloud of being a higher level. One critique I have of this ranking system is that it only only goes up to level 135. And then everybody at 135 and above are going to have that same max rank. I understand that this is just the initial rollout, and most likely it'll be expanded upon later, but I actually see a decent amount of people in my lobbies that are 150 and up, including myself. I'm currently level 161, by the way. I think to really get the most out of this ranking system, it needs to be doubled, adding platinum, legendary, and epic ranks, taking the max rank to level 270. And that's basically the ranking system in a nutshell. Moving on to the next leak, this is a huge one. Profile cards, y'all. Show off maps you've beaten, brag about your triumphs, view other players' loadouts, determine if users are trolls or genuine teammates, and so much more. Now, this is the direction I think the game should be moving in. I would get so much more out of this game if there were options for me to get information about my teammates. Already from this profile card, I can see what towers my teammate is taking into a match, which gives me an idea of the strategy that they're going to use. I can see that if they plan on using cliff towers on a map without a lot of cliff space, then I can switch to use more ground towers. I can also see how many matches they've won, and it looks like with the skull, how many matches they've lost, maybe. What I would like to see here at a glance is win percentage. Does this person win 50% of their matches, or 80%, or 2%? You know, this probably isn't really feasible, but I'd like to see what percentage of matches this player leaves or lags out of before the game actually ends. Maybe then I can recommend that they stop playing TDS at McDonald's. Anyway, this is the thing I'm most excited for from the upcoming update. What I'd love to see in regards to my teammates is a damage leaderboard in the game, so I can see that who's doing the most damage and who's getting carried. Now, before we move on, take a second and look at this noob level. 115? Come on, man. You barely have the pursuit unlocked. He probably doesn't even know how to stack outlaws. I'm sure you guys have heard about the reworking of the perk system because you watched my first leaks and update news video, right? Well, if you haven't, go and watch that video as soon as you're finished with this one because it has a more in-depth discussion on what Below said about the new perk system. But since then, they've released what towers are going to look like when you select them in the new system. So you see that enabled icon in the top left-hand corner, right? That means the golden buff is active on this skin. After this update, the skins will be separate from their buffs, meaning that if you have the golden cowboy, you can take that buff and put it on the Cassidus cowboy skin, or whatever your preferred skin is for that tower. I think this is just great. It's an amazing idea that I actually didn't think of before the devs brought it up, which is a little surprising to me. I like the idea of being able to switch up my skins every now and then for some variety, and this will allow unique skins that are released in the future to be valuable to players because they won't be locked into using the platinum or the gold skins just for the buff, which is really what I'm doing for the gold cowboy now. So let's give the devs 1 point on this one. The more customization, the better. Okay, now we're rolling into the next set of leaks. First up are 2 images of remakes of maps that are currently in the game. Moonbase by Biscuit, which is actually the map that became my favorite right after Crossroads, and Abyssal Trench by Mr. Hello Foo, which we actually have a video of. If you slow this video down, you can actually see this weird creature jumping over the bridge. No one really knows what it is, but I can say it doesn't look human. And coming along with this big update is a big change to the TDS logo. This is what the Tower Defense Simulator logo will change to. And here's a piece of news that Below just released today, July 8th. In the next update, map badges will be removed. This is to help clean up the badges page and make space for challenges, achievement badges. If you wish to obtain any map badges, you have from now until the next update to get them. And along with that message, he dropped some images of new achievements that are in the game. Now here we have an image of a clothing store that's going to be inside the new TDS lobby. This is actually amazing, as I'm a fledgling clothing designer myself. By the way, shameless plug, my first piece of merch is now available in my group store. Link in the description below. For the TDS store, it doesn't look like your clothing has to be TDS specific, but could be anything you've designed. This is great exposure for artists that are in this community and will allow us to support one another. And the last thing I want to bring up is that the devs are saying that you can expect the loading times on cellular connections to be much faster after this update. This means that whenever your parents drag you to Toys R Us, I mean Blockbuster, okay, how about Hastings? KB Toys? Circuit City? B. Dalton? Burlington Coat Factory? Alright, when your parents drag you to Burlington Coat Factory, you'll be able to play TDS while they spend 3 hours trying on coats that they're going to wear once before they give to Goodwill. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. At this point, I think I can just go ahead and tell you to stay tuned for a part 4 in this series, although I have no idea exactly when that's going to be, unless the update comes out this weekend. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button with your forehead, smash that subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustHarrison for Roblox live streams, and join my growing Discord community at discord.gg/JustHarrisonThings. And never forget the most important thing in life: peace.